Welcome friends, this is Dharmit Patel. Today we are going to talk about what we should do before we fly our drone outside here in United States. The first thing you should know about your drone is how much it weighs. If it weighs more than 0.55 pounds, which is 250 grams, and less than 55 pounds, which is 25 kilograms, then you should register your drone to FAA website. You will be subject to civil and criminal penalties if you meet the criteria to register an unmanned aircraft and you do not register. Let's get started with some drone safety tips provided on FAA.gov website. The first drone safety tip is to register your drone, and we'll get back to that point within few minutes. You should not fly your drone above 400 feet, which is around 121 meters. You should be aware of all the FAA airspace restrictions. You should also respect privacy of people. You should never fly near other aircrafts, especially near airports. You should never fly over a group of people, public events, or stadium full of people. Never fly near emergencies such as fires or hurricane recovery efforts, and never fly under the influence of drugs or alcohol. I personally follow the rule of thumb, which is never fly a drone near 5 miles of an airport, which basically makes you safe. Let's talk about the two options of flying your drone in United States. Each option has its own requirements. The first option we have is to fly under the special rule of model aircraft, which is section 336. The requirements under this section is to fly as a hobbyist or for recreational purpose. You should register your drone under this section to be eligible under this section. You should follow some community-based safety guidelines. You should have your aircraft weight not more than 55 pounds. You should fly within visuals line of sight, which means that you should be able to see your drone while you're flying. You should never let your drone out of sight. You should notify the airport and air traffic control tower prior to flying within 5 miles of an airport, and never fly near emergency response effort. The second section is FAA Small US Rule Part 107. The requirements under these sections are mostly similar to the requirements under Section 336. Other than here, you can fly your aircraft commercially, plus you need to have a remote pilot certificate from the FAA to be eligible to fly under Part 107. Plus, you can also apply for waivers and authorizations for special requirements to fly, for example, let's say near 5 miles of an airport. And you can you are also entitled to report some accidents, if any, that happens while flying the aircraft. Now, let's talk about what's needed in order to register your aircraft. So as you can see, I'm again on FAA.gov website. The things that you need to register your aircraft under Part 107 is, first of all, it will cost you $5 per aircraft, and that is valid for 3 years. And it will also require you an email address, a credit or debit card number, a physical address, and a mailing address if different from physical address, and make and model of your unmanned aircraft. In order to register for Section 336, you should be 13 years of age or older, and you should be an US citizen or legal permanent resident. Star. The star here means that if you are visiting foreign national, you must register your US upon arrival in the United States. You should also require email address, credit or debit card information, as well as physical address and mailing address if different from the physical address. Now, let's go under the register online page and register our drone. So I'm clicking the link in and opening up in a new tab. The website here that we are going to is FAAdronezone.faa.gov. Seems like the internet is slow. There you go. So once you're here on the website, you can click here in the login page, and here you'll see the notice. You can agree. Once you agree, you can either create an account or you can enter the email and password information if you already have an account. In my case, I already have an account, so I'll just log in and show you how it looks like. So on the website, you'll see that there are two types of dashboards. One is for section 336 and one is for part 107. Under section 336, if you are registered, you will be able to see your unique registration number. You will be able to see the issue date and the expiry date, and you will be able to see your physical address. Once you are registered, you should and must mark each of your aircraft with this unique registration number before it is operated. Here are some safety guidelines that you should follow while flying the aircraft under section 336. Now let's go to the part 107 dashboard. As you can see here, on the left hand side, you will be able to see the inventory of the aircraft registered under part 107, as well as the users that are registered under part 107. You can manage your US inventory by clicking on the manage US inventory, and then you will be able to see your registered inventory, while your shopping cart, if you have any aircraft added but you haven't checked out, then you will be able to see here. You should be able to add an aircraft under a shopping cart by clicking on add US. Once you click on add US, it will ask you the type of US, if it's home built or purchased. I'll click purchased because I haven't built any US on my own. I just bought it from the market. Then you can enter the manufacturer here, the serial number, the nickname, and then the model of the aircraft. You can even select the serial number not applicable if your aircraft does not have a serial number. And once you click on add US, it will basically add to the shopping cart. Then you can check out, enter your credit card information, and basically once you register your drone, it will appear under your registered inventory over here. Once this is done, you can go back to the dashboard, and the number over total ESUS will increase over here, and you can also see that there are waivers and authorization that you can apply also over here by filling up the form. You should also report accidents if any happens over flying the aircraft. This is if there are serious injury caused to a person or any loss of consciousness or damage to any property which the cost of repair, including the materials and labor, does not exceed $500, or the fair market value of the property does not exceed $500 in the event of total loss. The last thing that I want to talk about today is the B4UFly app, if you click here, it will take you to the page. It is an app that is available on an app store as well as the Google Play. So for both iOS and Android, it helps all the drone pilots to determine if this area is prohibited or not for flying an US over that area. It also provides you information about all the airspace, as well as you can also plan your future flights in different locations using this application. So please do check out this app before you fly your drone. I hope you enjoyed listening about how what you should do before you fly your drone. Thank you very much once again, and have a good one.